y'all, I ended up waking up late today and sleeping, so I'll be talking about yesterday. So yesterday I woke up early, y'all, in that morning, and I think it went pretty great. So basically, I experimented with food a little bit. So basically, as I usually make my everyday waffle, I added a little bit of whole grain cornmeal, and I think the waffle tasted pretty good. If you guys have tasted cornbread before, it tastes pretty good. But this waffle here, with the batter I added along with some corn flour. Well, cornmeal, and I think it tastes pretty good. I might try it again, but there isn't enough of that cornbread flavor though. But it's great. But a little bit of a detail there. But now we're gonna skip to school. So morning period, y'all, is interesting because in my view, chat, I think morning period is like a cruise ship's ambience. Like imagine like if you guys are on a cruise ship, but you're on an excursion. You're awake like 3 hours before. All you hear is basically like maybe silence and like people who are generally talking. Like you think like when you're in morning period, you think you're gonna hear some sort of PA announcement, but it's just gonna be the next period bell. But that's definitely what I think of it. Ton of people, you can go and meet a lot of people. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, waking up early for that. But morning period, I wanted to talk to some people in the middle, but they ended up saying no. Right? There was like two people that I ended up not talking to, so I just made myself known to a bunch of other nodes that were in my class. So basically, I went up to like a friend group that's near the corners, and I kind of talked to them a little bit awkward, but it's okay. But I didn't end up making it for the morning period, so great stuff. PE during volleyball yesterday, y'all. If you guys know what I said yesterday, yes, I did accidentally end up tipping my finger while I was playing volleyball. So basically, as I was playing volleyball yesterday, I was trying to catch the ball near the net. My finger ended up sliding against the net and against one of the cog mechanics like of the net. So I ended up scraping like a part of my thumb. It's a little bit, only a little bit of my finger ended up getting like chipped off, but it was not something major, but definitely something notable and something that still kind of hurts. Lunch period was also great too. I interacted with the same new people and a bunch of new people I've never met before. Because if you guys from that friend group and from other nodes are also watching, um, definitely learned a few more things. So what I'm beginning to learn now is that the life that I've lived, chat, is super, super different. All right, the school that I was in, it was pretty small. Middle school, elementary school was pretty much small, so I wasn't able to be as socially fluid. But what I'm beginning to realize now is that as I've been talking to the people and as people move around, social fluidity is something that is very new. So as I or other new people head down to friend groups naturally leave and recombine to talk to other people. So that's definitely what I'm beginning to realize right there. This is something that's a new idea to me, so I'll definitely have to adapt to it. But I definitely find it interesting. I definitely feel the extroverts out there. I wonder how you guys talk to people so easily, right? For me, it's kind of an uphill battle, but then again, it's kind of not. But I wonder how you guys do it. So definitely curious about that. So new lessons learned again, breaking my hesitancy, and I definitely love that. I think this one's definitely something major when we talk about academically. I was taking a test for math or learning about parabolas, factoring them, putting them into vertex form and standard. I got a 71%. You guys know I'm usually a great performer at math. I know a lot of people apply that math stereotype to me. Thing is, for me, y'all, is that I take really, really slow on certain types of problems. And you guys know that idea of bias. Like, let's say at the beginning of the period, you think you have a lot of time, but you end up wasting that time on that single problem, and then you have to hurry the rest of those problems later on before the period ends. So that's basically what I had to do. Unfortunately, for some parabolas, I had to fake the coordinates just because I didn't have enough time to fill them in. So unfortunately, that's why I only got a 71%, but it still shows that I get parabolas. All right? I get the gist of it. I may not be able to graph all of the idea, but I get what I'm doing. So definitely great there. And as for today, today was very much significant, learning a lot more stuff. Well, yesterday was pretty significant because socially I'm definitely beginning to learn a lot more about people in high school. So that's definitely what I'm looking for. Symbolically proud too, because I remember that security guard about a few days ago who told me he was too shy to go up to talk to people. It feels great because I metaphorically avenged a part of him. A part of him that was shy to ever talk to people. I avenged that. And because of that, we continue that legacy on. So definitely great. And friend group exploration, what I'm beginning to realize is that people in high school like live in their own fragmented ways. Right? Unlike the schools that I've been in before, it's not like usually the same experience. For example, if someone meets 1,000 friends, or if they meet a bunch of random people every day, and then they call it a day. Like they go through a lot of people, you meet new friend groups. But, well, only some people meet the same friend group and call it a day. All right, none of these are bad, but it just shows that high school is like so different. It's not like a family. It's not like a whole single council of people. Everybody has their own little experience. Everyone forms their own little reviews of high school. And for me, although I will definitely live in my own world of high school, I want to visit these other worlds. All right, I want to visit these other views of people sometime. Obviously, once I do settle into a permanent friend group, eventually I'll have to temporarily pause my exploring because we found belonging. But definitely big thing I'm beginning to realize is that people live in high school in their own fragmented ways. They have their own experience, but sometimes these experiences connect. But the thing is, everybody has so many different places. Some have piano, some have, let's say, for example, volleyball. I love volleyball, by the way. While others have these. And then, after all these experiences, they call it a day. But it's not the same as, like, at least in my own past schools, how they experience it. So definitely find that interesting. I would definitely explore these types of views one day. But other than that, I think yesterday was pretty interesting nonetheless. Right? Big social victory for me now that we're breaking our own social hesitancy. But tomorrow, well, today, I'm probably going to go in morning period and try to meet a bunch of new random people again.